The lights dim slowly, almost teasing the crowd, and a quiet anticipation spreads across the stadium like a ripple in still water. Thousands of voices fall into a hush. It feels like something important is about to happen. Something unforgettable. A soft instrumental begins to play, delicate, emotional, almost fragile, and the stage glows with a pale golden light like the first touch of sunrise. And then he appears, Jimin. For a moment, everything stops. It's not just the cheers, not just the overwhelming sound of the crowd rising all at once, it's the feeling. The kind that settles deep in your chest before you even understand why. His long blonde hair shines under the lights, soft and flowing, framing his face like something out of a dream. It moves gently as he walks, catching every flicker of light, making him look almost unreal, like he doesn't fully belong to the world around him. Like he belongs somewhere softer, somewhere quieter, somewhere magical. He doesn't rush forward, he never does. Instead, he takes his time, stepping lightly, gracefully, as if every movement matters. As if he understands that this moment, this exact second, is something people will hold onto forever. His expression is calm, but there's warmth in it. His eyes scan the crowd slowly, carefully, like he's trying to take everyone in, like he doesn't want to miss a single face. And when he smiles, it's gentle, it's small, but it changes everything. The crowd erupts, louder than before, but somehow it still feels intimate, like that smile was meant for each person individually. Then he sings. His voice comes out soft at first, almost like a secret being shared. It wraps around the stadium, filling every corner, every space, every heart. There's emotion in it, raw and unfiltered, but controlled in the way only he knows how. It doesn't feel like a performance, it feels like honesty. His hair falls slightly into his eyes as he moves, and without thinking, he lifts his hand and brushes it back. The gesture is so natural, so effortless, and yet it sends the crowd into another wave of excitement. Because it's not rehearsed, it's just him, and that's what makes it unforgettable. As the music builds, the stage begins to shift, lights moving in soft patterns around him. But no matter how much the stage changes, no matter how grand the production becomes, he remains the center. There's something about the way he carries himself tonight, softer than usual, more open, like he's letting the world see a side of him that's usually kept hidden between moments. Then slowly the others begin to join him. Taehyung is the first to step into the light beside him. There's an immediate shift, not in intensity, but in energy. The kind that comes from years of knowing someone so deeply that you don't need to speak to understand them. Taehyung glances at Jimin, a small smile forming, playful and warm. Jimin notices, of course he does, and his reaction is soft, a quiet laugh, barely visible but enough. Enough to show that he feels it too, that comfort. That familiarity. They move together side by side, their steps perfectly aligned. It's effortless, like breathing, like they don't even have to think about it anymore. At one point, Taehyung leans just a little closer during a part of the song. The crowd reacts instantly, but Jimin doesn't pull away. Instead, he turns his head slightly, meeting his gaze, and for a brief second, everything slows down again. There's no performance in that moment, no choreography, just connection. Real and unfiltered. Then the music shifts again, stronger this time, and Jungkook runs in, energy bright and alive, filling the stage in a completely different way. The contrast is beautiful. Jungkook's presence is powerful, playful, full of life, and Jimin meets it with warmth. When Jungkook bumps into him lightly during the choreography, Jimin reacts with that signature smile, the one where his eyes crinkle softly, where you can feel the joy even from far away. They laugh, it's quick, but it's real. Jimin nudges him back just as playfully, and for a moment, they're not global stars performing in front of thousands. They're just themselves, and that's what people fall in love with. As the performance continues, all the members come together, filling the stage completely now. Each of them shines in their own way, bringing different colors, different emotions. But there's something about Jimin tonight that keeps drawing attention back to him. It's not forced, it just happens, because he's not just dancing, he's expressing something deeper. Every movement of his hands feels intentional. Every turn, every step, every pause, it all feels like part of a story only he fully understands. His long blonde hair follows his movements like a soft echo, flowing behind him, catching the light in a way that almost creates a glow around him. Like a halo, like something celestial. And yet, despite how ethereal he looks, there's something deeply human in the way he performs. You can see it in his eyes, in the way they soften when he looks at the crowd. In the way they shine just a little brighter when he hears the fans singing along. In the way he breathes, like he's trying to take in every second so it doesn't slip away too quickly. Then the music fades again, slows, softens. The stage lights dim until only one spotlight remains. Jimin stands alone in it. The noise of the crowd fades into something quieter, something more emotional. You can feel it shift, the atmosphere changing from excitement to something deeper, something heavier. He looks out at the audience, not over them, not past them, at them, and this time his expression changes. There's something in his eyes, something vulnerable, something that feels like it's been building all night. His lips part slightly like he wants to say something, but instead he just breathes in. And for a moment, it looks like he might cry. The crowd notices. You can feel it, the collective pause, the way everyone holds their breath without even realizing it. But he doesn't cry. Instead, he smiles, soft, gentle, a little fragile. And somehow that smile hits harder than tears ever could because it feels strong. It feels like he's choosing to stay present, to stay with them, to give them everything he has without breaking. The crowd begins chanting his name, slowly at first, then louder and louder until it fills the entire stadium. Jimin, 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 he hears it. You can see it in the way his shoulders rise slightly, the way his chest expands as he takes it in. It overwhelms him, but in the best way. He lifts his hand and places it over his heart, a simple gesture, but it says everything. Thank you, I feel you, I'm here with you, and that becomes the moment that spreads everywhere. The moment people replay over and over again, not just because of how he looks, though the images are breathtaking. His blonde hair glowing, his soft expressions, the way he carries himself like something out of a dream. But because of how it feels, because even through a screen you can sense it, the sincerity, the gentleness, the quiet strength. As the final song begins, the energy rises once more, but there's a lingering emotion now, something deeper woven into every note. The members gather together again, forming a line across the stage. Jimin stands among them, but even then he feels like the emotional center, the heartbeat of the moment. He looks at each of them one by one. Taehyung, Jungkook. The others, there's pride in his eyes, gratitude, a quiet understanding of everything they've shared to get to this point. He reaches out briefly, brushing against one of them, just a small touch, grounding, reassuring, they're together. They've always been together, and that matters more than anything. They bow as one, perfectly in sync, but when they rise, Jimin lingers just a second longer than the others. He looks out at the crowd again, really looks. As if he's trying to memorize it all, the lights, the voices, the feeling of being surrounded by so much love. His hair falls softly across his forehead once more. This time he doesn't move it, he lets it stay. Because tonight nothing needs to be perfect, it already is. As they begin to walk off stage, he turns back just once more, one last glance, one last soft smile, and it feels like a promise that this moment won't be forgotten. That this feeling will stay. The music fades, the lights dim, the stage empties, but something remains, something quiet, something warm. And somewhere all across the world people hold on to that night, not just because they saw something beautiful, but because for a little while Jimin made everything feel softer.